Hey, what's up guys, Representing Live Sports, and I'm here for another NBA video. So in this one, we're going to be talking about the Bucks and the Raptors. Now, I told you guys I was not going to be sleeping on the Raptors, and finally I was right in one of my predictions. The Raptors did win Game 3. They did not win Game 2. They got blown off the floor. I don't think I talked about that game, but it was disappointing to me because I frequently saw the Raptors come within 13 two times. Of course, for Milwaukee to come back with their own run, did they win by 20 plus or was it 30? I think they won by 28. So in Game 2, but Game 3 was different for this reason. The Raptors came out and played exceptional defense, and finally in this series, Pascal Siakam came to play. He had over 20 points. He's rebounding the ball. He's being aggressive, and to me, when you're being aggressive and you're not when you're not forcing it or you're not shying away from the moment, then you tend to have good moments in the playoffs like this. And Pascal Siakam, to me, his development for the Raptors and for them to either win the series or even make it very competitive, to at least take it to a Game 7, he has to keep continuing to do this. And that just means you have to be aggressive, taking the shots when they're there, and even creating shots for yourself. And one guy I don't worry about, or two guys I would say, is Giannis or Kawhi Leonard, because they always do that. They either do it for themselves or more Giannis than Kawhi, but they create shots for their teammates to get open. But Kawhi, another 36 points last night. Just been that steady, consistent player who's doing it on both ends, getting steals, not fouling. And he played exceptional defense on Giannis. Giannis only had 12 points last night. Now he did have 23 rebounds, which is huge. He had 6 assists. But Giannis fouled out. And that's huge because in the second overtime, when he fouled out, to me, he's kind of like a Draymond Green, where his impact is so profound on both ends because of his defensive ability and his ability to get to the rim, even though we wouldn't say Draymond is a perennial slasher. Their abilities to get to the rim and push the pace and create a distraction for a team defense it's what's needed. So, but the defense that Kawhi played on Giannis, holding him to 1 for 9 when he was the primary defender, was excellent. Using his teammates and also being there to force jump balls, contesting layups, not allowing him to dunk is just really impressive. Now, I'm not too impressive with the scoring, but to me, Giannis, him being able to grab 23 rebounds is huge because you got to find ways to do it when you're not scoring. And I've said this about I've never said this really about great players, but to me, great players, and this is the thing about Kyrie, because Kyrie's not playing like Uncle Drew. He's just playing like Kyrie recently. And Kyrie got eliminated because he couldn't find other ways to impact the game. Which to me, if Kyrie wants to be that next level type of elite player, if you ain't scoring, you got to start dropping dimes. And I mean, you got to be able to get others involved in creative ways. Because he's such a great ball handler, the ball tends to stick. And he's got to be able to move the ball. I think that's what makes Steph Curry so great, is because Steph Curry, like I said, off-ball movement, him being able to pass the ball and get others involved, it's what makes him great. It's what helps Klay get his better shots, is that Steph Curry, he's not selfish like that. I'm not saying Kyrie's selfish, but to a certain point, man, you got to get others involved. You got to get your teammates. You got to feed them, And real quick before I get back to the Bucks and Raptors, is that the real reason why the Celtics didn't have a great year is because guys weren't feeding each other. There wasn't a teammate aspect that you saw. There wasn't great chemistry. And I don't know if everybody saw this, but I didn't see it as much either. I just watched the videos a little bit, but Terry Rozier went on First Take talking about how him and Kyrie weren't on the same page. That's a huge problem, because if that gets out, then the whole team is feeling that way. Everybody on the team is feeling like, we didn't really get along. Kyrie, he's a good guy. He's a great player, but he has some selfish habits. That's what guys are probably saying. So that reverts back to Giannis. Him being able to do other things, to get guys involved. 6 assists is pretty good. 23 rebounds, that's huge. So that's what I'm proud of him for, because if he ain't scoring and he's rebounding and he's blocking shots, then to me he's doing his job. For Kawhi, I've already talked about him scoring, but like I said, him being a two-way player. Pascal Siakam scoring. Even Kyle Lowry was scoring the ball. Marc Gasol came back and had a great game. So everybody to me was contributing. That's what the Raptors are going to need. Defensively, the Raptors got it. But offensively, what's going to help them is everybody's got to contribute and everybody's got to score. No, Norman Powell, him getting, I think it was 17 to 19 points. Huge help for Kawhi. Huge help for the whole team. Everybody's got to chip in, man. Everybody's got to get their points. Don't be a ball hog, but, try to create something. Either for yourself or for others. You got to do something. That's going to help Kawhi take a load off of himself. Because Kawhi is playing like over 40 minutes a game. And he's a warrior. He's not going to say he's tired. He's not going to say he's hurt. He's just going to keep playing because that's who he is. He's a warrior. Y'all got to help out Kawhi. And if Kawhi is being helped out, then to me, this Raptors team is being slept on. They could actually make it to the finals. Would I pick him against Golden State? No. I wouldn't even pick a Milwaukee against Golden State because Golden State has been there too many times. But this team, it's being slept on. And I told you guys, they don't have as many proven depth players because they're a deep team too. They're not proven depth players, but when they're called on and they actually perform, Toronto is a pretty dangerous team off the bench. So that cannot be understated. Now for Game 4, I think Toronto's going to build off of this. And one thing is you got to be aggressive when you're coming at Giannis, or he's going to swat it away. I've seen too many times when people come at Giannis Antetokounmpo, they come away trying to fade. And what you don't want to do with a shot blocker is fade, because then it gives us more time to jump and block the shots. You got to come at a guy strong, go into his body, get him to foul you, or just make a contested layup. That's all you got to do. And that's what I really saw from the Raptors last night, doing a great job of that. Kawhi Leonard's doing his thing. I think he has a knee injury, but to me, that he's going to keep playing. He's going to keep scoring his points, getting to his spots. That's what he wants to do. He's not forcing anything. He's just getting to his spots and knocking down shots. Kyle Lowry, got to keep knocking down them threes. He did foul out too, but he's an aggressive player. You got to keep that as well. Marc Gasol holding down the paint, getting his rebounds, scoring when he needs to. Look, to me, this is the heavyweight series that we got to really watch out for. And it's been actually really exciting to watch. Now, it is 2-1 Bucks. But there have been moments when the Bucks have not been able to pull away. And that's when I say it's a heavyweight match, because both teams just it becomes scoreless for minutes because both teams' defenses are that elite. So that's why I really love this series, and that's why it's really fun to watch. That's going to do it for this video, guys. This is my breakdown on the Bucks and Raptors. It's been a great series to watch, especially Kawhi and Giannis. I'm looking forward to Game 4 tomorrow. It's going to be really exciting. But in my other video, I think I said the Warriors play tonight against the Blazers in the Moda Center, so tune into that. But this Raptors and Bucks series, it's a heavyweight match. Both teams are exceptional defensively, so both teams are working to really score, because both teams really have length, especially Milwaukee, which is why they've been a great team, but they've also been shooting well. George Hill had 24 points. Raptors have really got to find a way to limit him. Even Eric Bledsoe. Eric Bledsoe's getting to the paint and scoring. That's not really great. And before I close out this video, I just want to say, Malcolm Brogdon, this dude is something. Like, he's really impressed me. You know, when you have a plantar fascia injury in your foot, usually it takes you some time to come back and eliminate the rust. I heard he was practicing before he came out and played. But, man, wow. He's actually impressed me with his defense and his offense. So I just got to say that. But it's going to do it for this video. I want to thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for tuning in to my video. And I will see you guys next time.